I'm just waiting for us to go to the maximum limit so that, yeah. Let's start. Few people still joining in. Mango.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. I request all the participants to please keep themselves on mute and also refrain from uh, adding too many questions. I hope that my presentation will answer all your queries. There are many doubts you may have as parents joining kindergarten. This presentation will be talking about all the kindergarten units of Dean's Academy. And once I finish the presentations, I will stay online to answer any queries that you may have. I will be online and I will take each query one by one. You can raise your hand and speak to me. Or you can put it on the chat. Ms. Shweta, who's with me during the presentation, will be answering you. But during the presentation, I request everyone to please, there are lots of information that I've packed into this presentation. I hope that you would be able to answer most of your queries through this. So I request you to refrain from um, you know, chatting or adding unless it is necessary. If you can't hear me for some reason or there is some issue, then you can please unmute or you can put it on the chat. But otherwise, yeah, uh, most of the information you will get just from the presentation itself. It will be a short half-an-hour presentation, after which we will have a Q&A session. So KiDeens is what we call the kindergarten section of Dean's Academy. The KiDeens in all campuses mainly caters to children from the age of 2 years to the age of 6 years. 6 years is when they join grade 1. So the minimum age to join KiDeens is 2 years, and then the minimum age to join UKG is 5 years, and most of the children are 6 years by the time they leave kindergarten, and they seamlessly go into the main campuses of Dean's Academy. So it prepares the children to, once they join kindergarten in KiDeens, automatically they move on to Dean's Academy. Mr. Abhishek, I request you to please wait till the presentation is over before you put in your questions. And again, there is no new admission process after KiDeens. You continuously go into the main campuses and then you continue your education till you are in grade 10. We will also be offering we also offer grade 11 and 12 in both campuses of Dean's Academy. That is Dean's Academy Gunjur and Dean's Academy Whitefield. But then there's, at this point of time at least, we still have a fresh screening process for grade 11 and 12. We do not know by the time if NEP kicks in, we probably have it from 9th grade onwards, but that is not something that we know at this point of time. A brief overview. KiDeens operates out of 3 campuses. The first campus, which is the oldest, is KiDeens Borwell Road. Then we have KiDeens Ramgundanhalli, and we have KiDeens at Gunjur. The kindergarten units of Dean's Academy are all called KiDeens, and all of these are managed by the same one educational trust, which is the Dean's Educational Trust, under the guidance of our Founder Principal Shanti Menon. KiDeens Borewell Road was established almost a decade ago. In 2014, it is a feeder campus for the Dean's Academy Whitefield. So children who go into KiDeens Borewell Road graduate into the Whitefield campus. There we have five sections of toddlers, 15 children each, five sections of playgroup, 20 children, LKG 20 children, and UKG about 21 to 22 children per class. So the maximum normally goes to about 22 to 23 kids max in each of the grades. And yes, we would like to not have that before UKG. And there are five sections of them. They move into five sections of the Whitefield campus. This is how the Borewell Road campus looks. KiDeens Ramgundanhalli was done after Gunjur campus actually. It is located very close to the Vartur junction, Vartur Kodi. Along with toddler section, we have one section of toddlers and we have three sections of playgroup, LKG and UKG. After UKG at Ramgundanhalli, the children graduate into the Dean's Academy Gunjur campus for grade 1. Gunjur campus also has two sections of playgroup, LKG, UKG. So these becomes five sections, three sections of from Ramgodhanhalli and two sections from Gunjur campus. This is what becomes the five sections of grade 1 at Gunjur from grade 1 onwards. Kindergarten is often the main first engagement. That is the first time the baby goes outside home. So our campuses, if you look at KiDeens, Borewell Road and Ramgundanhalli in particular, are made to be like a home only. They are big bungalows which are converted into kindergarten units simply so that it is closest to home for the baby. The same attached toilet and teachers who are like mamas. And so let's see what all we are able to offer the little baby when the baby comes to school. We will look at what mama wants, daddy wants, what teachers want all during the presentation. So what does baby wish for? The first one would be like someone who is just like mama to the baby. So someone who would love and care for them with genuine affection. This is Miss Angeline. She is the headmistress of the kindergarten at Borewell Road. This is Miss Shobha Menon. She's known to be the epitome of patience. Will keep on teaching children and making sure that their basics are perfectly right before they get into grade 1. And this is Annam from Gunjur campus. Again, someone who they will constantly make sure that the babies are having fun. Kindergarten is a place not when parents come and say, are you going to test my child and go to see how much my child knows everything? We are not. We are imparting a very good foundation to them. But more than anything else, it's a place where they play a lot. Their first engagement outside home, they make their first friends. They learn to eat by themselves. They learn independence. And they make friends outside their parents' circle. Not, their friends are not their parents' friends, children, but somebody who they chose by themselves. So it's a huge social space that they are getting into. Let's see what else adds to their social space. Of course, they have very colorful classrooms, lots and lots of manipulatives. That is different things that encourage their curiosity, not just inside the classroom. They spend a lot of time outdoors. So we have a lot of outdoor equipment as well to make sure that they have a good time. We have big spacious classrooms which are filled with toys and puzzles and books and things through which they will learn. So we are an activity based school. They have a lot of playing to do, and while they play they learn. That's why we are called a playway methodology. Of course, each of the units is placed in very big building areas, so they will find a lot of friends who come from the same building. So obviously, one of the criteria that we take admissions based on is the address, because we want children not travel from very far away. Over and above their own friends from their buildings, when they come into school, they find birds, they find rabbits, turtle, fish, many things that will add to the curiosity, just so that when baby rabbits are born, baby ducks are born, it's a great pleasure for the babies who come into our school, which are the new fish that are introduced along with the flowers and the fauna. Now let's see what mom wants. Mom's always, their first concern has always been safety. So when it comes to safety, that is the reason why we do not have too many sections. Number one thing, from being in the education industry for so long, I realized that no number of cameras, no number of security guards, no number of anything can make the child quite as safe as knowing every single baby, which is why we have very small numbers. The classroom sizes are 15 or 20. There are 4 individuals in the classroom. The teacher, there is an assistant teacher, there are 2 matrons. So there are around 4 people in the baby classrooms who are taking care of your babies. Everybody knows everyone else. And that is one of the biggest safety things that we do. Nobody is a stranger in our school. When the parent comes in, we know the parents. If there's a grandparent, if there is a maid, most people will know who are the people who we are talking to. So we don't have too many strangers in our campus. Each campus, the campus, of course, because like I said, we have tons and tons of toys and manipulatives in the class. So each of the classes, of course, keeping with the current times, it is sanitized regularly every day, which is why again the teachers stay back till about 2:33 every day, making sure that the classrooms are sanitized before the children come back the next day. Another thing which we are very, very particular about, everyone knows everyone, but one thing that we do not at any point discount is the amount of training that goes in for each of our staff. Our staff members are constantly trained, whether it is teachers or whether it is even the matrons or the security staff, everyone is trained over and over and over again throughout the year through CPR training. See, that's a simple training which happens 3 times a year where someone is telling them how to sit down in the bus. It's like just seating processes in the bus is being discussed here. So even things like that, we take care of the smallest things again because we have that 10-year, 50, the 16-year experience of having dealt with small babies. We know that training is key. Another is most of the KiDeens we don't have toilet seats or stuff like that because we have baby toilets. All our toilets are made for little babies. These baby toilets are normally open spaces, so you do not have doors to them because babies get scared of doors. We have taken the curtains off for sanitization. So normally there is a curtain there. There's a shower curtain which covers it. This is till playgroup. Then we have LKG, UKG. Again, which doors which don't really lock, but mainly because of the small numbers, there is an auntie always, there's a matron available to make sure that even children from LKG and UKG are always supported when they use the bathroom. And again, because it's a bungalow, the teachers always at calling distance. It has attached toilets. It's not some toilet which goes off somewhere else. Another one is all the staff goes through life-saving, the BLS basic life-saving courses, as well as every single unit has its own trained nurse and infirmary, who's equipped to have an emergency first aid given, after which they can be taken to the hospital. The school safety again cannot be only the teachers and the students and the school. It's also to a large extent we need the support of parents to constantly make sure that the environment that the kids are in is a safe environment. I would request you to go to our website and read through the safety things just to explain what is it that makes it such a safe place. School timings. The school timings are approximately 8 to around 12:30. In kindergarten, Borwell Road and Ramgundanhalli, they have 8:30 to 12:30. The kids come in by about 8:15 and they settle in and they kind of start leaving at 12:30, 12:15 or so. By 12:30, most of the children are out of school. In Gunjur, it is 8 a.m. because the gates close by about 8:15. So they enter the school by 8 a.m. By 12 noon, the dispersal starts and they are out of the campus before 12:15 or 12:30. The toddler section, which is available only at kindergarten, Borwell Road and Ramgundanhalli, These two remain in these two sections are purely the toddler section is between 9 a.m. and 12 noon. Normally the children have come in after having breakfast. Children of our other, that is playgroup, LKG and UKG, have 2 meal breaks. It varies from place to place. They have 2 small, 1 longer meal break and 1 5-minute break. And they are encouraged to eat by themselves, though at almost till about August, September, there are, like I said, 4 people in the class, a teacher, an assistant teacher, and 2 matrons who are sitting with the babies and helping them to eat their food. They are not expected right from the beginning, even all the way up to UKG. And I know that it continues to about 2nd, 3rd grade, where teachers do everything from coaxing to threatening to make sure that babies finish eating their food. And we constantly have them touching their cheeks and encouraging them to eat their food. This is a lot of time. Little babies spend, like when parents say, what do they do from 8:30 to 12:30? I would say about at least 1 hour out of that goes only in eating. And then of course the process towards eating. They wash their hands, they set their table, they have a mat that they put in for everything. There is a song and dance, and then they eat based on that. And then we have specific days. See, this was making a sandwich day where they all made a sandwich and they ate together. We have a curd rice day. We have a salad day, things like that, just to encourage, making sure that they eat a big whole meal. We also have a canteen facility in case you would like to avail it, though we don't encourage it for the first month, but after that, there is a canteen facility available where breakfast can be served to the babies. It's not compulsory, it's not mandatory, but it is a choice that you have. Over and above that, a lot of our children go to extended daycare facilities. We have our own extended daycare facility. Otherwise, the bus service does have an option of dropping them off to a daycare facility, which is closer to your home or to their grandparents' home or something. So that facility is also available. Our daycare facility in all campuses, like KiDeens is kindergarten, the daycare is called D-Nest. So D-Nest, the head of D-Nest is Ms. Dilafrose, and you would find the details on the website as well. She has a toddler program in D-Nest itself. So inside the Whitefield campus, there is no kindergarten, but there is a toddler program between 9 a.m. and 12 noon. After that, the toddlers are given preference to join KiDeens Borewell Road, but it's a fresh admission process. But so that is also available for, there's a toddler program all the way from 6 months infants onwards, they have at the Whitefield campus. 9 a.m. to 12 noon is the toddler program there. Otherwise, they have after school facility between 12:15 and 3:30, all the way, which can go extended up to 6 p.m. In Borewell Road also we have, and then in Gunjur also we have till 3 p.m. The only thing is that KiDeens Ramgundanhalli does not have a daycare facility. Children from Ramgundanhalli for daycare go back to the Whitefield campus after 12:15. So when their school gets over at 12:15, 12:30, there is a bus that takes them to the Whitefield campus for after school care. Again, it's not just the curriculum, like mamas always worry, is that it's not just ABCD. There is a lot of school functions that go on, mainly because today communication is key. And of course, we want to meet the parents. It's a school community that we are creating. So it is not parents separately and school separately. We love to have the parents over for many functions. We have Daddy's Day, Mummy's Day, Grandparents' Day. We have festival assemblies, we have sports days, we have a school day which is conducted every alternate year. And so a lot of our deans families come into school and contribute and get to know the teachers get to know the parents. And sometimes these are the ones that literally help, it's very key to a child's, growth and how the child grows, because finally it is our partnership that makes sure that they are well-rounded individuals. Inside the school, there are constantly internal competitions as well as external competitions. They do go for competitions outside school. The competitions are recitation, fancy dress, show and tell, so storytelling. And nowadays, day by day, there are more and more beautiful, different things that they are coming into. The children are learning. Newer competitions coming up for kids itself. Physical activity, the curriculum has a sports setup, which which is conducted by the sports personnel. You will find a lot of our details about our teachers. Again, all our teachers are postgraduates. We are very proud to tell you that they are all postgraduates and their qualifications are all published on the website. So the children in sports, they have a lot of free play because that's where they make their friends. There is a planned outdoor activity, there is sand play. And of course, we have age appropriate activities for each. That is why our classes are age appropriate. Hand-eye coordination, grip, following instructions, obstacle courses, things like that. They are all incorporated into the lesson itself. Dance and music, again, it is added to the lesson. So there could be a dance about everything from a car to a rocket to numbers to vegetables, fruits. There are story times regarding different kinds of seasons and countries and things like that. Again, because we want that sense of rhythm with the dance and the music, help them, and it's different. There are different concepts that are introduced through it, through the dance and music and art. Again, we do a lot of, we use a playway methodology. There's a lots and lots of stories and role play. So here, see, they are making a pizza. So they're realizing, what does a pizza made of? It's made out of wheat. It's made out of wheat flour. So there's a whole wheat flour story in each of the vegetables, how they go in, how you put it into an oven, take it out. And, so it's again role play. You can see it's just artwork, but that's part of their artwork where they are doing role play. We also take them for field trips. We take them to the fire, different places in and around Whitefield, which is like, 1 hour travel kind of thing, where they learn a lot by watching and seeing as well. And of course, there are tons of cultural activities to add to their knowledge way beyond the curriculum. There's a lot of show and tell through and through and through, because it allows the children to learn way beyond their curriculum. When we do show and tell, it crosses the boundaries of what the teacher wants to teach. Teacher may say A for apple, whereas the child may want to learn A for armadillo, or A for aardvark, which is the first animal in the dictionary. So you have different kinds of things where the show and tell kind of make sure that the boundaries are opened up. We have show and tell regarding every single concept, not just in kindergarten, it goes on all the way up to high school. Life skills are a very big part of learning. So, ma'am, don't do the chatting too much. Don't encourage it, please. Yeah. So, this is a toddler program. The baby is learning how to go in a straight line. They have to run between the lines. They have to go and make sure that their ball falls at the correct way into the tub. So, this is hand-eye coordination exercises. We have a lot of gluing in exercises. Again, hand-eye coordination, grip exercises. And of course, sometimes cooking without fire, salads, sandwich making, things like that. So there's lots and lots of life skills that are introduced all the way from kindergarten onwards. Parent engagement, again, mummies are the ones who email us the most to a large extent. Of course, daddies do too. And so our ERP system, EduFlex, which is where you will be actually filling in the application form, will be the way the student records get updated, and it can be accessed through parent login, where you can check the fee receipt report cards and also communicate directly with the teachers. With all the teachers, you can send them a note, they will write back to you. One-on-one meetings with the teachers can be fixed through this format. Not just teachers, you would want to meet any of the management also, you can do through that. The teachers will be sending you updates regarding color days, class activities, etc. On this, we have a lot of activities for which you are invited, and some of those updates are sent to you through the ERP system. The weekly updates, so we don't tell you in advance what is being taught. Rather, at the end of the week, every hour, what your child did in school, what is a nursery rhyme, what is a story, what is the activity, is explained to you in detail in a weekly update that the school shares with you. There are other platforms that we use. We use Microsoft Teams. It was a platform which was used for online learning for the last 2 years. The teachers continue to use it. to have parent-teacher meetings, because not all the time parents have time to come into school to meet them, or the teacher for that matter, she can't stay back very late to meet. So the meetings take place online, normally on Saturdays, with the teacher through the Microsoft Teams platform. We also have Google groups, which we create in the beginning of the school, where the school communications are sent to you. Regular circulars regarding holidays and things like that will be sent through Google groups. Let's see what daddies are curious about. The curriculum and progression. So they would like to know, it is a CBSE curriculum. We are a CBSE school, but we really do concentrate on multidisciplinary learning. So it's an activity-based sensorial approach that we have. Each child responds differently to each of the things. So we have broadly classified the curriculum into numeracy, literacy, and discovery, and added all these different activities into these three broad things to teach them how they will be learning. They also get introduced to Hindi and Kannada in LKG and UKG. See, they don't write so much, but they use Play-Doh. See, again, it's a play way of learning. So even when they have to write Hindi letters, they will first start, because we don't encourage writing till they are 4.5 or 5. Their hands are not grown up enough to do enough writing in 4 lines. So the encouragement is for them to know the shape rather than, have that own pencil drawing is not such a important thing from our side. Then of course we have a lot of sensorial activities which add to it. So we use Montessori, a lot of Montessori work. In numeracy, in playgroup, they have puzzles, shapes, patterning, grouping, numbers 1 to 20, and it's a lot of it is done through Montessori. See here, they're learning shapes, they're learning numbers, they're learning things. All of it, at the end of it, they will have a nice, happy snack at the end of the presentation. In LKG, you have pre-numbers, skills, 1 to 50 numbers, subtract, simple addition, subtraction, 4 plus 1, 2 plus 2, things like that. And of course, in UKG, by UKG, they learn grouping, they learn numbers 1 to 100, place value, backward counting, comparison between numbers, smallest to highest, highest to smallest, ordering of numbers, telling time also. So is it 10 o'clock? Is it AM, PM, things like that is learned. And skip counting, which is the basics of multiplication. Instead of that, they will say 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8, things like that. It's all done through games and toys. Communication is one of the primary things that they learn in kindergarten. Whether they learn anything else or not, it's communications and speaking skills. So there is a lot of show and tell, like I said, just to encourage them to be able to speak. In playgroup, they are introduced to the sounds of A to Z through Jolly Phonics. So in fact, the first alphabet they are introduced to is S. So they don't follow the A, B, C, D format. It is done so that, again, making sure that there is no boundaries in what they learn. In LKG, you have cursive writing. That's when they start writing. I said, they need to all complete 4 years before they start writing. And they blend and write 3-letter words. In UKG, they start writing bigger words. Normally, by the end of UKG, they are writing simple sentences. The cat sat on the mat, the frog on the log, rhyming words, opposites, small sentences, small picture drawing also they do. And then Hindi and Kannada. Kannada is compulsory from grade 1 onwards, but it is Hindi or Kannada as second language is introduced all the way in LKG. So in LKG, they learn swar, which is the first vowels, and then in UKG, they learn consonants and simple, small 2-letter, 3-letter words. All of it is learned through rhymes, drawing, talking. See here, it's again not writing, but a lot of other ways of learning. Discovery, every month we have a theme. So it could be a seasons theme, it could be an underwater theme, community helpers theme, based on which they learn vocabulary, lots and lots of little stories and things like that. Color days also are similar to that, and we have a lot of hands-on activities to practice life skills. So we use different stories to teach honesty, to teach discipline, things like that. and lot of sensorial activities through Montessori material that is used primarily for maths, but also for discovery. This is from our color day, the blue fox story from for blue color day. The progression, like I've mentioned earlier, when you get into kindergarten from toddlers or LKG or UKG, automatically and seamlessly progress into grade 1 in the Dean's Academy campus, and directly all the way up to grade 10, there is no new admission process. The KiDeens Borwell Road is only a feeder school to the Dean's Academy Whitefield. The KiDeens Ramgundanhalli is only a feeder school to the Gunjur campus. And KiDeens in Gunjur has 2 sections. Again, they will all graduate into the Gunjur campus. Now, affiliation of KiDeens Borwell Road and Dean's Academy Whitefield have the same kind of registration number, which is called a DICE code. The same way Ramgundanhalli and Gunjur has the same DICE code. So if you try to move between campuses, that is, you've gone into Ramgundanhalli and then you want to graduate into Whitefield campus, it is a completely fresh admission process. There is no transfer between campuses. The progressions will only need to be in this manner and not in any other way. There is no other process of moving from one campus to another, simply because they both have different affiliation numbers. They are tied up to different wards of the Board of Education. So the Gunjur ward is Anikal Taluk, the Whitefield ward is Krishnarajapuram. So again, it needs a lot of paperwork. So we will not prioritize any transfers between campuses. Onus is completely on the parents. If they feel that they have got into a different campus which they did not want, they would need to go back and explore it like a fresh admission. Transport facilities, we have transport facilities for all children from kindergarten onwards. These facilities are normally, the transport routes are fixed every academic year by about March and not added beyond April. Again, we do not offer one-way transport. However, a lot of the school children are picked and dropped into different locations, which means most of kindergarten gets picked from their home, gets dropped off at either a daycare center or their parents' offices or their grandparents' homes. So we do have that option, like senior kids, they go into coaching centers after school. So the pick and drop can be different locations, but we cannot offer one-way transport. The transport fees is not included in the school fees. The school fees only has uniforms, books, school field trips and things like that. It does not include transport or canteen facilities. So what does the school want from parents? The number one thing which we always tell parents is like even during admission process, I have that problem where they say, I heard from so-and-so, I heard this from I believe this is the story about Dean's Academy. The thing is, number one is, I would like you to believe me or believe the website, or if you don't believe, then I do not want to know about, because main thing is, it is built on trust. We think that you are leaving your babies with us for 8 hours at a time for many, many years. With the trust that we will take care of you. So it is, and we are an old school, we are a 16-year-old school. So we are in the kindergarten, we are beginning a 12 to 14-year-old long association. So it is built on trust. And for the school to work well, we would request you to familiarize yourself with the policies and procedures. The website is constantly updated over and over and over again to make sure that all the policies and procedures, anything that you would want, all the way from joining school to leaving school to anything in between, all information is updated on the website. We would request you to go through the policies and processes. We have an almanac, we have a day book, as well as a parent portal where you can communicate directly with the teacher or with the school management. You need to check it every day if possible. We need you to update your email on the child's records, mainly to make sure that you get all the email that you had from us. Sometimes emails like Outlook, Yahoo or Rediff mail, it does not, our mails go into spam when you send it, we send it through to these email IDs. So we request if it could be Gmail or something other. Please do participate in occasions in school. Again, children feel very, left out sometimes when we see babies where parents have not come. Though other parents accommodate them into the ideas, it is just half an hour normally in the morning. we would request you to come in and attend the occasion with the child in school. Another thing we would request, especially kindergarten babies, is to check your child's baby's bag every day. We ask you to send extra pairs of clothes, but they do have accidents happen all the way up to UKG. Not just accidents, sometimes they mess it up by dropping food or vomiting or just mud and stuff like that. So they have soiled clothes very often. We would want them to be removed from their bag every day. Also, their old tiffin boxes, they hide food when the teacher said no, you need to eat before you go out to play or something. They will quietly put it into one of the pockets or things like that. And of course, again, because the school is filled with colorful things, tiny puzzle pieces, Montessori toys and all of them, sometimes babies do carry them home. We don't mind when you come back and return it to us. It is our endeavor to make every child in school feel very special. However, the school processes cannot suit one child. Sometimes we have parents who say early morning is too cold for my child doesn't get up before 8:30, I cannot reach them to school on time. We cannot change the school timings or any of the processes midway through the school. They cannot be taken back. All these kinds of things cannot happen. So we try to make children as special as possible, but yes, the school process, it has to be within that parameter of the school processes. Again, the teachers are almost like, actually they're all superhuman beings, but they are still human beings. Sometimes they have good days, sometimes they have bad days. If you have any suggestions or you have any issues, you can write to our principal and headmistress. They are all available on email and on your ERP. The details go directly to them. It doesn't go in through another process or through any public forum. You can write to them directly. Again, it's better to rely on that process rather than through some WhatsApp forum or through public forums. Sometimes they say people ask questions to the wrong people for information, and it just creates problems and does not find solutions. The admission process, finally. So the application forms are not available. So we have only waitlisting forms. The reason being that today, if you look as of today, the sibling forms have gone out. The sibling admissions will start right away. So once those admission processes are over, the balance seats only are going to be available to any outside applicants. So that's why it will be a waitlist form. Also, there are certain information, because the form itself, we were flagged off in the middle saying, because a lot of schools sell application forms. For us, for every 30 seats that we are getting, we get around 300 inquiries, 300 actual waitlist forms for the 30 seats or 40 seats that we are offering per grade. We get a huge number. So that's why we have only waitlisting forms, simply so that whether it is a board of education or parents, they are not the kind number of forms that are filled in like for fastest finger first is not the process by which they are. So we give you a waitlist form, which is a Google form. I'll just show you the picture. This is where, if you go to the admissions page, you will find, if you click on any of this waitlist form for KDBR, waitlist form for KDRH, waitlist form for KDGJ, when you click on any of these, you will go to the correct waitlist form. And that is opening at 26th October at 9 AM after Diwali. So it will go to a waitlist form. This is what the waitlist, it can be filled through the phone also. If you want to do it really fast, you can keep this information on a notepad or in a word pad before, and you can copy paste it. All it needs is name of the child, the grade you are applying for. Now again, sometimes we don't open, like LKG in Borwell Road, we don't normally open it simply because we don't ever have seats. So that's why, last year also we did about 4-5 admissions, but that was a record in the last 3-4 years. Highest number we did last year. So we really don't know. But yeah, so please make sure that the age, your age of the child matches that particular grade, because we are not budging on the age in any way. And then you need the name of the parent, the parent's email ID. Now that is the most important part, because that is how we are going to be communicating with you. The date of birth of the child, the address with PIN code. Now I need number one, I don't care about other things. I need the name of the building, the road, and the pin code. That is what we need more than anything else. The name of the building, the road, and the pin code, because that is based on which the applications get filtered. And if you have siblings, if you are also applying for your older child, or you're also applying for a twin child, or if you are living in another country or another city and you're moving into Whitefield, those kinds of things you can write in this remarks column. It can be a small short note. It doesn't have to be a very long note. A tiny note in case you would say, I have an older child. When you apply, when we are applying for that, please consider them, vice versa. Or again, age criteria. A lot of parents have an issue about 4-5 days. We are able to manage. We are not able to manage 4-5 months or 2-3 weeks or 4-5 weeks. It's just 1 week that we are able to kind of make an adjustment for. That also you can mention in the remarks. The application details. Once the seat gets vacant, now LKG seat, UKG seat, most of them you will fill up the form on 26th October, but the likelihood of a seat becoming available and me sending you an application form may be a lot later, because it is based on who leaves from the previous grade. So the application form, when it is sent to you, will need soft copies of the parent and child. You don't need it right now, only when I send you the application. And when I send you the application form, you will get 24 to 48 hours to fill up the form. I'll normally send it on a Friday, so you have Saturday, Sunday to fill it in. After submission, you will get an interview call, and based to the email ID. That is why we want that email ID to be clear. The application for 2020 will be invited through an interaction. The invitations are normally based on first come, first serve. Like I said, whoever's first on the wait list, we'll be calling them first. Another which we really look at is the age criteria. We are very particular on the age criteria. This is the age criteria which we follow. This is the first field of the application form. There is no way that we can change it to fill up the application. And of course, proximity to the feeder or main school. If you're very close to Whitefield campus or you're very close to Gunjur campus, that is another thing other than age criteria which we look for, is that we don't want the child to travel too much. And then physical and mental fitness of the child. When we meet the child, that is what we look for. And whether the parents and we as a school are on the same mindset. Sometimes parents have a different idea. They may want AC classrooms or AC buses, or school which provides 2 to 3 times meals, things like that. So we are looking at, we are a middle class school. We are looking for parents who have the same philosophy towards education as we have. Age criteria, it's based on what the Karnataka government has specified. This news article came out on 26 July, where they have mentioned that 1st of June, the child needs to be 6 years old to join grade 1. Based on that, the entire kindergarten age criteria is made. Even higher grades, we will try to match them as much as possible to the age criteria. Fee structures are already published on the website. If you go to fee structure at Dean's Academy, it will give you the current year's fee structure for the students who are already in school. But the admissions pages, if you go to the admissions menu, you will find the fee structure. This includes 2 sets of uniforms, books, and all the field trips and other things that are involved in the school time. What it does not include is an extra 25,000, which is a processing fee, which is paid at the time of admission only. That is, from if you join at toddlers all the way till 10th grade, for that the one-time admission fee will be 25,000. It also doesn't include transport or canteen services or daycare services. This is for Ramgundanhalli, and this is for Gunjur. They are slightly different from each other. They go into different accounts as well. All these details are available on the website. The first, this is the total fees. It is broken into 3 components. The first component is around 55% of the fees, and then 30% and the balance 10%. The application form and admission timelines, based on availability of seats, I request whoever's trying to scratch on this to stop. Yeah, the availability of seats is the #1 thing for us to send you an application form. That is why we have only a waitlist form. So you will start receiving applications probably for playgroup first, because that is where we have 30 to 35 seats. LKG may come only by the end of year, which may be March, April. UKG may come by about December, January. So only at that time we will be able to send you the applications, even if you have filled up the waitlist form in October. We will give you 2 days, but once we send you the application form, we will give you 2 days to fill the form, and we will send you a date by which you need to fill up the form and get back to us. Once the application form is received by us, we will get you an appointment with the headmistress, which will be where you will have to go in as for a personal interaction with her. The admission interactions for all campuses are conducted at the KiDeens Borwell Road campus, and it will be a 10-minute meeting, but it is an in-person meeting this year. The offer is normally sent either on the same day of the meeting or within the next 2 days of meeting the headmistress. Whether it is yes or no will be immediately after you meet the headmistress. Only that is why when the timelines are there, when parents say when can admission be done, the number one problem that the admission team faces is we do not know when the seats become available. It depends on who leaves from playgroup for LKG seat to be available, who leaves from LKG for UKG seats to be available, because we are not adding new numbers. We are not adding additional numbers into these particular grades. Admission team, you can write to us at admissions@deansacademy.com, or you can call us. This is our number. This is normally not available when the presentation is going on, but otherwise we are here on this number till 2:30 in the afternoon. Ms. Shweta Bhargava is the one who is answering you on the chat right now. And my name is Hamsini. And now I'd be taking any calls, any questions that you may have. Kindly raise your hand. I will call out your name and answer you. Mr. Abhijit.
Yeah, hi, ma'am. So I have a question. Like all the kids who are coming to the play groups, right? They are they used to talk to in their native language in their home, right?
Correct.
And when they comes to school, they are in a new environment, and they start listening to the English words, right, and English sentences. So in these cases, and they try whenever they try to speak something, they normally try to speak in their native language or mother tongue, right?
Correct.
So in those cases, and definitely all the teachers, whoever is available over there, may not know all the languages, right? So in those cases, how you plan to handle this kind of kids? I mean, this will be
The
a
number
real
one
problem,
is
right?
yes, most of the babies they speak their mother tongue, and not just their mother tongue, they speak a baby version of that mother tongue. So we have babies who come back with speaking all kinds of languages, and of course, thankfully, yes, our teachers and our matrons are multilingual, so they do revert to them, and 90% of the babies who come in, they speak their own, they speak their mother tongue. They do not speak in English, and it's not encouraged either. So yes, we speak back to them in English. So the whole idea is, especially 3 years old, when children are coming in toddlers or playgroup, they're speaking even when they speak English, it's one word, or speak their own mother tongue, it's one word, two words, up, down, pick me up, I need, I want. That's all they are saying. So the whole goal of the whole school is that by the end of the year, by the time they are 4 years old, they will start speaking full sentences. And most babies are quite perceptive that way. When we speak, we talk to them, we talk back to them in English, but we make sure that they know that we understand what they are saying perfectly, whether it is in Malayalam or Bengali or Odia or Kannada or Telugu, whatever language that they are speaking in, we speak to them in back to them in English, but we do understand whatever they are trying to say. The babies, we know baby language because of our experience. I hope that answers your question in some way.
Yeah. Thank you.
Most welcome. All the best, sir.
Uh, so my baby, the birth date for my baby is 12th June, right?
Okay.
2022. He will be 11 days short of his 3 years.
Hmm.
So how will you like to handle it? Because it's a
You fill up the waitlist form. We will see what can be done, sir. Again, like I said,
Okay.
as per the Karnataka regulation, we would, they are allowing only 1 week. So we'll have to see
Okay.
about it. Maybe we'll meet the baby and then we'll make a decision.
In line with that same question with Abhijit, I think last
Mr.
year
Ray,
was
kindly
30.
wait your turn, yeah, because it's not the same as last year. We have a a proper format that has been given to us by the Karnataka government based on which we need to follow it. Yes,
Yeah. That's all. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Shrestha Bhatt.
Hi, ma'am. I am also applying for my son and daughter actually. So for my son, he's born on June 13th. He has finished his UKG. Uh, so I wanted to know whether I don't mind him repeating UKG. So should I apply for UKG directly or should I apply for first?
Ma'am, both UKG and grade 1, like I said, the first criteria of the application form would be the age criteria. Based on that, the rest of the form opens. So the form will also not open if the child doesn't meet the age criteria. So you would need to apply for UKG. We will test the child and see if the baby can adjust into UKG or grade 1.
Okay, because he's been in school since 1.5 years. So
No, I understand, ma'am, but the thing is, yeah, like I said, we are following what the Karnataka government said, and according to me, and as being in this industry for 16 years, it's always good to be an older child in the class than a younger child. The younger child
absolutely.
struggles, and that's a
Just that
struggle
he's
that we are
repeating
able to
UKG,
see.
would that be okay?
Yeah,
Like mentally for him,
That's
wouldn't
so.
that be a little because he's repeating UKG?
yeah. Ma'am, they won't be, ma'am. There is enough and more activities, there are tiered activities. The children who need to be challenged,
Thank you so much.
there are babies in UKG who know multiplication tables till 12, 13. And there are babies who struggle with simple addition as well. And each of them get tested in their own way. In the same activities, there are tiered activities which make sure that everyone is engaged in the correct way. But like I said, it's a social space and that's what we follow right now.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Ray?
Yeah, just on the same lines on Mr. Abhijit's question. So last year when I was trying to apply, I did see that the year was 30th June 2022,
But
and
the
I
Karnataka government has changed it to 1st June. Based on
yeah.
that, we have changed our application.
So my daughter's birthday is also around 12th of June. So I think there might be a borderline case again.
Correct, yes.
So we do fill up the form and wait for your nod in terms of.
That's right. Yes, you just put it on the wait list and we'll see what best we can do, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Miss Sonia Tripathi. Miss Sonia Tripathi. Yes, ma'am. Please unmute yourself. Please unmute, ma'am.
Sorry.
No problem. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Ma'am, admission is based on first come and first serve.
That's right. Admission is not based on first come, first serve. Sending the application form is based on first come, first serve, ma'am. Your waitlist form,
Okay.
whoever fills up the earliest waitlist form will be the ones who will get the application first.
When will it start?
Admission, after
Admission
that, you will
process.
fill up the application form and after that, you will be called for interaction. Based on that, the admission will be done. So admission is not based on first come, first serve. Sending the application form is done on first come, first serve.
Okay. Thank you.
Most welcome, ma'am. Sayandeep Bhattacharya.
Hi, good morning.
Yes,
My question is the extended daycare facilities for KiDeens will be available or provided for the extended daycare facilities?
yes, sir. You will need to contact Ms. Delafrose directly. The DNS details are there on the website. You would need to contact
Okay.
her. Otherwise, also once the admission is done, they start the processes normally around January because it's for the next academic year. So post January, all applicants will be sent details regarding the school, like regarding once the admissions are done, the bus transport, the canteen facilities, the daycare facilities, including summer camps, all those things that information comes to all parents who have got admission into the school.
And the details for the extended daycare facilities, can you please repeat, or can the slide be shared or something?
Yes, sir. It's published on the website. If you go to our website, www.deansacademy.com, you will find exactly the same information. Or if you search DNEST, DEENEST, you will find the details. Like I said, are you looking for something immediately, or would it be?
Just the timings for the particular campuses, like for Gunjur, till what time the extended
Gunjur
daycare?
is till about 3 o'clock, because again, there's nothing much nearby. So when the senior school children leave, the babies from the daycare facility also leave. So a large extent, most of the babies in our daycare facility in Gunjur are siblings of senior babies, and they leave along with their elder children.
Okay, in the same transport vehicle.
Yeah, in the same transport, yes, sir.
Okay. And for
Only
the
in
other,
Whitefield, we have till 6 o'clock. In the Whitefield campus, we have till 6 o'clock.
and for the
In Ramgodhanhalli, there is no daycare facility available. The children from Ramgodhanhalli who require daycare are taken from Ramgodhanhalli in a bus to the Whitefield campus, where they can stay till 3 p.m., 4 p.m. or 6 p.m.
fine. And ma'am, how many seats are open for LKG for outside admission?
For which campus, sir?
For Gunjur campus?
For Gunjur, we would have around 15 odd seats. For Ramgodhanhalli, we have the largest number, which will be around 37 seats. And for Whitefield, for Borwell Road, in fact, it's 0. It normally opens up right in the very end. So because playgroup and LKG has the exact same number, when someone leaves out of playgroup, that is when we are able to offer it.
And I would also say it's a lovely orientation and presentation. Thank you for that. Can we access to the recording anytime, anywhere?
Actually, I will be sharing the presentation on our website, but not the recording of the session itself.
Okay, that serves. Thanks, Lola. Thank you.
Manpreet Singh.
Yeah, hi, good morning, ma'am. Thanks a lot for a very detailed, presentation. I think all the questions are answered. Ma'am, just one question. Can I apply for, 2 branches? Just, I don't want to miss the opportunity.
Of course, sir, you can apply to all 3. Yeah, you can apply to all 3 campuses. It's just that you should be sure where you want your baby to go in grade 1, because for some reason, if you've taken Ramgodhanhalli and then say, no, I don't want my baby to travel to Gunjur, we cannot offer a transfer from Ramgodhanhalli later, which is where the problem occurs, So either because Borwell Road is tied up to Whitefield, again from Borwell Road, a lot of parents say we are moving towards Gunjur. Can you change me to Gunjur? Even that is difficult for us to do. So like we had last year during the pandemic, we had a huge crowd moving from Prestige Shantiniketan to Prestige Lakeside Habitat. And they said, no, can't you move us to Gunjur campus? But the problem is, again, at Gunjur campus, we need to have space.
Got it, ma'am. Yeah. But the reason, ma'am, why I'm
Yes, Mr. Seni, I think I lost
be like, I'm disqualification or something. So I don't, bother. I need to get a quality education, ma'am. But thanks a lot for answering my question. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All the best. Mr. Tushar Garg.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
My query is regarding the transport. First of thing, I just wanted to know if the installed in the buses.
Yes, there are CCTV cameras and GPS, which is installed in all campuses, in all grades, in all corridors, sometimes in certain classrooms, but it is not open to parents to watch the CCTV camera. We have personnel here who are looking at the camera all the time.
And what is the process if from the school, when the bus driver and the helper drop the kid, someday the parent will not be there, then what is the process? Will they bring back the...
Ma'am, they will bring the baby back to school.
They will
If
be
there is a
required.
no designated person, otherwise you would need to leave your parent ID card with a designated person.
Mhm.
So the
Okay.
baby is handed over to whoever, like if there's a
Yeah.
grandparent or there is a maid or there is a
Mhm.
daycare facility person who's coming to pick up the baby from the bus stop, they would be given a parent ID card. Whoever
Mhm.
carries the parent ID card, the matron from the bus will hand over the baby to the person with the ID card.
Mhm. Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. And there is one more question regarding the transport only. So, as you have mentioned in your presentation, that we cannot change. If I am right, that is what I understood. That we cannot change the bus stop midway session. So, say we live on rent. So maybe during the year, the owner will ask us to leave the flat or because of some reason we have to relocate. So in
They,
that case, we
they
have to
do
change the
adjust it.
bus stop.
Yeah, correct. You have to,
They can
you can
change.
talk to the transport office. Most of the time for kindergarten, they are able to adjust and give it, ma'am. Right in the beginning of the month, year, it is
Mhm.
little difficult, but through the year,
Mhm.
yes, we do have here and there, how many ever adjustments we can do, we will try and do, ma'am.
Oh, okay, ma'am. And there is one more question regarding the address again. So we are like planning to move near to the Gunjur campus only, but by our flat will get ready by year 2023. So by then we will get that. Before that, we will get. We are living in Mahadevpura area. So will that impact your decision, or
Yes,
when we
correct,
come
ma'am.
to?
So when you fill up the wait list form, please write the name of the
Hmm,
apartment building you're going to move to. And
okay.
yeah, the name of the apartment building you're about to move to, the road and the pin code.
Mhm.
Because based on that,
So,
based on proximity, for example, if you're looking for Dean's Academy Gunjur and you stay in Mahadevpura,
hmm.
you will not be considered because we don't want the baby traveling more than 40
The
minutes.
waitlist form itself, we have to mention the new flat address.
Correct, yes. It is based on address. The
Okay.
sorting is based on address other than age criteria. So
Mhm.
that's why, you need to mention the address to which you are going to be moving.
Okay. Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Because like you said, Mahadevpura, for Gunjur, I will never consider a
I'm not
child
sure.
from Mahadevpura because the travel time increases
Hmm.
beyond 40 minutes. We cannot have a baby in the
For
bus.
Gunjur campus, yeah,
Correct.
for Gunjur campus, you will not prefer that.
That's right,
Oh,
ma'am.
oh,
That's right. Yes, ma'am.
oh, okay, okay. Sure, ma'am. And there is one
Yes, ma'am.
more question. Say if child takes a leave, so the parent has to inform at the school
Correct.
coming. So all this communication, how it
I
happens
had
with the.
mentioned it over there. I mentioned it over there. You can write to
Hmm,
the teacher for everything. Even tomorrow, you find that the baby has not finished the dabba for 2, 3 days. You can mention to the teacher,
mhm,
my baby is bringing back the food every day. Is there a problem? Why is he not eating? Or you can discuss
okay.
anything and everything. You feel your baby is falling ill for some reason, or the teacher
Mhm,
feels that their baby is falling ill. There is a constant communication between parent and teacher through to the eduflex department. You can write to that in that. If the baby misses something, you want to meet with the teacher, you want to know what they have learned. The teacher will help you out if you
mhm.
when you write in, get in touch.
And one more thing, ma'am, the daycare facility. So we have to opt it for a whole year, or it can be done for monthly basis. Like for 1 month, we want to opt the daycare facility, and
That is something that we
how
don't
is it?
handle. The admissions department doesn't handle that. You will need to talk to Ms. Delafrose directly for that.
Mm-hmm.
You will need to talk to the
Oh,
daycare facility
sure, ma'am.
regarding that, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you. That answers my question. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you. All the best. Rujat Mehta. Rukraj
Hi, ma'am.
Mehta, sorry. Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi, ma'am. So I have a question. I will make it short. Ramagodahalli is a feeder for which center? I just
For
missed it out.
Gunjur, sir. For Gunjur.
For Gunjur. All right. And the campus that is in ECC. So my daughter is also in K2 right now, but she's a September born. So she's not getting to the criteria of 6 years by 1st of June. So as you mentioned earlier, answering someone's question that based on the interview, you will take a call if she is
Ma'am,
good,
sir, September is definitely not negotiable.
not
If
negotiable.
it's June 13th, June 11th, somebody mentioned, we can
Okay.
definitely explore, kind of adjusting them into the next grade. but September is out of question, sir.
All right, ma'am. And the application forms, as you said, that application forms are first come, first serve. But whatever application forms are filled, they will be getting a call, or how it works?
Yes, sir. If you have filled up the application form, yes, we would call you. In case we are not calling you, we will tell you we are not able to call you and the reason why. But most people who fill up, who we call up the application, who fills up the application form will be called for the interaction, and based on the interaction, it will be processed. Yeah, through
All
the
right.
email, we'll call them. Yeah, through the email. So all our communications are through email, just to make it clear. That's what Shweta was saying.
All right, ma'am. All right, ma'am. That answers my question. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Divya?
Hi, madam. Have difficulty in speaking. I put my in the chat window. Do you
No
wish-
problem. Then Shweta will answer. No problem at all. She will answer it on
I
the.
have sent it to you.
Yes, sir.
I have sent it to you. The thing is, how long should we wait
Ma'am,
after
the
we
fact
fill
is, I don't know, ma'am, when it will be, but most likely playgroup applications will be sent out by the first week of November. I mentioned it on the website, on the presentation as well. So by early November, we will send out applications for playgroup.
No, we are
At
not
least
selected.
one round of applications for playgroup will be sent out by first week of November.
Okay. So if we don't receive,
Ma'am, we will still
it
continue
is
to
not
see, like
possible.
I'm saying, we will send one round in first week of November. Some people will take it, some people will not take it. Then there will be another round. This continues all the way up to April. As and when, wherever seats open up, whoever's next on the wait list, we keep calling them and we keep continuing that. So it's,
Okay.
and in case it's not happening, where there's no likelihood, everyone has paid up, there's no likelihood of seats opening up, again, we will send you an email saying that we are not able to. Normally, this will be by end of January, February or so, when 90% or 100%, 98% of our seats are filled up. We will write back to people who are very low on the, like if your 300s number or more than 100 numbers in the wait list, we will write back to you saying that I don't think we are going to be able to process your request.
Okay. Once we submit the form, will we get some number?
Yes,
Is
of course,
that
you will get
sequential?
an email. Yes, ma'am. For waitlist form, you don't get a number, but for the application form, you get an application reference number that comes to you by email. For waitlist form, there is no number, but again, there's no use of calling us again and again, because when there is a seat, we will definitely get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Most welcome, ma'am. Khushbu, I think you also had written a lot of questions on the chat. 1st June born is considered. That's right. Khushbu, you had any other question? Janani?
Yeah, hi ma'am, good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, my kid is studying in LKG actually here. We are looking for an admission in ECC Road, Borewell Road for UKG. We had tried for LKG also, but it was not open. As you said, Borewell Road, it was not open for LKG.
Yes.
So since she is already studying LKG here, do you look for any particular thing while doing the interview process, if at all we get an admission?
Yes, ma'am. There is a assessment to be done.
Sorry?
For UKG, there is a written assessment.
We are not able to hear you.
There is a
Written assessment.
There is a written assessment where the baby will be doing match the following for alphabets, numbers before, after, things like that. Whatever is taught in LKG based on playgroup and LKG, which is very basics. It's a 5-minute, but the headmistress will sit with her, or a teacher will sit with the child and conduct the assessment. So the baby is not going to be reading the questions by themselves or anything, but it is a written assessment. We want to see if the baby can write basic alphabets and stuff like that.
Okay, she's currently studying CBSE syllabus in NPS HSR. So I hope it matches your curriculum and she'll be able to.
It's generic, even if they are studying anywhere in the world, not just for this, all the way up to 8th grade. I really, since I have been doing assessments for children from nursery to 12th grade for the last about 10 years, most of the syllabus, whether you're IB, ICSE, CBSE, IGCSE, anything, all of them, the question papers are so generic. No matter where you come from, you will know. A particular age, children in any part of the world learn exactly the same thing in that particular grade. It doesn't differ from syllabus to syllabus.
Sure, sure. Thank you, madam. And one more question. Since you told another parent that to put the address of the apartment which we are going to move, right? So we can fill the same in the waitlist form wherever we are going to move the next year.
Yes, yes, ma'am. You should.
Okay. So by any chance you know how many seats would be available for UKG, madam? Borwell Road.
Around 4-5 seats to begin with, but again, we are having sibling forms which are opening now. I do not know. Again, based on the new age criteria, we do have parents who are forced to take them back in UKG. So I'm thinking there will be a larger number of UKG applications this year, even from our siblings. But yes, we normally on a regular basis all through in Borwell Road, we do about 10-12 admissions into UKG every year.
Okay.
Grade 1 is a larger number. Grade 1 is close to 30 numbers. So you have a bigger chance of getting into grade 1 than into UKG.
Okay. Thank you, madam. That's all I have.
Most welcome. Hina or Kushbu, would you like to go now?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, we are actually currently out of Bangalore. We are planning to move to Bangalore in the next few months. So wanted to understand on both the aspects, the address, like what do we fill in the form, as well as
Wherever
the
you're
name.
likely to move, ma'am, do you have a kind of some basics or in your remarks you mentioned that you are moving to Bangalore to so and so area? No problem.
Okay.
We have a remarks area there. If you don't have the address, please write moving to Bangalore, moving to, so if you have a
And
bill.
how about the interactions, ma'am? Let's say if we get an
If
application.
you're not in town, we'll do it online. There's no problem.
All right. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. That's all I had.
Ruchi? Ruchi?
Hello, ma'am. Good
Yes.
morning.
Yes.
So just wanted to inquire, like,
Ruchi, I can't
when
hear
the
you, dear.
forms will be out. 1 second.
Yes, Ruchi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So wanted to take toddlers in Borwell Road. So when the forms will be out for
March.
toddlers?
1st of March.
So 26th October, we don't have to bother for filling
The
the
waitlist form is not available on 26th for toddlers.
Okay, so first of this will also be a waitlist form also for the toddlers.
That's right, ma'am.
And can you just let me know how many seats will be available for toddlers in the
45
Borwell
seats,
campus?
45 seats in Borwell Road for toddlers and 12 seats for toddlers in Ramgunan.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for the.
Mr. Abhishek? Abhishek?
Yes. Yeah. I'm Abhishek's wife. This is Seema here.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
we have our elder son already studying in Dean's Gunjur. He's in 6th standard. We are associated with Dean's from a long time.
Yes.
I'm looking for admission for my daughter for playgroup, but we live in Whitefield area. So Gunjur is will be pretty far for her. So we are looking for admission in ECC Road. So I wanted to understand how do we get the admission in the
And you have to
ECC
fill
Road
up the same waitlist form.
waitlist form?
Fill up the waitlist form, correct, ma'am.
Sorry, ma'am, I missed it a bit. So will it be available on 1st of March like toddlers, or will it be in the October?
Is it for toddler program?
She will be 3.5 by then.
Then it is for nursery, no, ma'am. It's for playgroup. So please fill up the
playgroup.
26th October, ma'am.
26th October. And we also got a sibling form today. It is directing me to the Gunjur branch, and I want it for ECC Road. Can
Right,
I
ma'am. Please read that email clearly, and then once you fill it up, you can write to us directly, on the same email. Please go through that email. It has a lot of details regarding this. Otherwise, especially for the Guntur campus we have written. Otherwise, you can write back to us and Shweta will handle it for you.
Sure. So I look forward to 26th October and I'll write on top of that. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Most welcome, ma'am.
Should we write?
You can write right away. Seema, you can write your sibling form for Gunjur. You fill it up and write to ma'am right away.
Great. Thanks a lot, Sarpi. Yeah.
Sdhir. Yes.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking for admission for my daughter in the Borewell Road campus. I heard you telling one of the parents regarding a written assessment.
Yes,
ma'am. I mean, it was nowhere mentioned, so I just need some clarity on that.
It is mentioned on the website. For LKG and your LKG, there's a personal interaction. For UKG, there is a written assessment.
Okay, and the written assessment is, I'm assuming after the application formed and the interaction mail is sent, right?
That's right.
Okay, and just one simple query. When you said that, after the wait list forms we fill, you guys will be reaching out to us for an interaction application, and that can go up till December, right? For the UKG?
April, ma'am.
Till
Because
April.
UKG and LKG, both are completely based on number of people leaving from playgroup or LKG. Now, the people, especially there again, because they don't need a TC, the parents wait for literally the last day of school before they tell us they are not continuing the next year. Only when we get a vacancy from the current grade can we open applications for the next academic year. So it's dependent on how many people leave from LKG or how many people leave from playgroup. So we are not able to kind of predict at this time how many seats will be available. From our side, I feel that sibling forms which have been sent out for Dean's Academy parents this year, I think that there will be a larger number of people applying for UKG simply because there is a new age criteria and a lot of babies don't fit into it.
So will you give us like a call, or is it like we are supposed to monitor? Because you said, right?
Ma'am, the fact is it's first come, first serve. As and when a seat becomes available, we go back to the wait list. Whoever's first on the wait list, we send them the application form. So even if you keep calling us, we will not change the wait list in any way. The wait list is fixed. It's fixed on who fills it.
Okay, I get that. Thank you. And for waitlists, like for example, for UKG, for ECC roads, for example, you get 300 waitlists. So do you go through all of them, or you just do it like first come, whoever fills it first?
Correct, yes. Because about 10 seats only get filled up, no? So we will start from the first 10 and then slowly go through the rest. There is a number and a timestamp for everyone, ma'am. So there's no, why would we won't, when we're beyond 100, in fact, we won't look at it at all.
Okay, and do we get a number while filling the wait list that, okay, we are at 110?
Doesn't get the number, but it's available with us, no? Because the wait list is a Google form. We tried our best to kind of program it in to send you a number, but it's not working out.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Most welcome. All the best. Mr. Vinod Kumar, Abhishek Jain.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for the nice presentation and being so patient in answering all the queries. So the point is, I am moving from NCR to Bangalore, and I'll be flying on 26th October itself. Okay, so
it's just a Google form, sir. Just fill up the Google.
Sure. Yeah. I'll fill it up. The point is, I'll be flying down on 26th, and my wife and my daughter will be in Delhi itself for some time. Okay.
In case the seat opens up, we'll conduct the assessment online.
Or if you can give us heads up, they can fly down to Bangalore as well. If you give,
otherwise, we'll do it one-on-one. When you fill up the application, make sure one is you fill up the wait list as early as possible. If you fill up the application, once you fill up the application, we can try and work it out at a time which is mutually comfortable for you and us. If you would like to come in, whenever you come in, we'll try and meet you. Otherwise,
and
they'll meet you afterwards. Yeah. Online.
address, like I don't know. I have not finalized it yet, but I know the societies where I'll be staying most
Correct. So
probably.
you can either mention the societies in your in your address column, or you can add your NCR address now, and in the remarks you can write that you're moving to Bangalore and an approximate place where you're going to be moving.
And ma'am, by when, like let's say, earliest by when can we get to know? So my daughter will be like I'm planning to get her admitted to playgroup, the age criteria where she fits.
Correct. Yeah.
So
So
by
mostly
earliest by
playgroup we should start from November, sir. But November, December, most likely playgroup applications should be out for all campuses.
okay. So I am planning to take, like, okay, I am planning to finalize the flat once the school admission is finalized, so that we are very, very close to the school.
Yes, I
Right.
understand.
Thank you, ma'am.
Most welcome. All the best.
Thank you.
Vinod Kumar.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Actually, see, last year we applied application also on
Yes,
toddler, and this year again, my son is 3 years. We can go for the play group, but we can apply 2 application also, Ramgonali and Whitefield both.
Yes, of course.
And whenever applying is a Whitefield only we are staying near. There's a first priority we can get. Whether
Right,
any
but
option
then
to
see
like
what happens is, if you are staying, say for example, at
selection
Borwell
activate.
Road, opposite the Borwell Road campus, even if you apply for Ramgodanhalli or Gunju, we will not take it simply because we know that at some point of time you will want to transfer back. We will not want you to block a seat in the Ramgodanhalli campus when that is not the application of the place for your choice. So you
No,
understand?
not like that. Actually,
No.
my question is, first priority will come Whitefield or second priority Ramgon, like that we can have any option to select
There
application
are
form.
separate application forms. There is no
Oh.
one application form for everybody. It is, waitlist forms are separate, application forms are separate. But again, like I said, if you are staying very close to the Whitefield campus and you apply for Gunjur campus, or you apply for Ramgodanhalli, it will not be considered. Simply because unless you mention very clearly, I am going to be moving to Gunjur, we will not consider it. Simply because it doesn't work. We don't want that cross movement. Yeah.
Fee structure is there, ma'am? Apartment fees?
All 100% of the fees to the last rupee is published on the website. No
Monthly.
hidden costs.
Oh. Thank you, ma'am. That's it.
Thank you. Sri Harsha. Sri Harsha. Kushbu.
Hi, ma'am. Sri
Yes.
Harsha.
Yes.
Hi, good morning, ma'am. I'm looking for a admission for my daughter in LKG. So right now, we lives in Belagere near Urtur police station. Now, just my fundamental question is to you mentioned that this Ramagondanhalli and other branches are feeders to Gunjur. So what does it feeders mean?
Feeder means that
Actually,
once they finish UKG, they will come automatic to grade 1 in Gunju.
Gunjur. Okay.
Automatically
So
graduate, sir.
okay, that no understood, ma'am. So that like if I apply for Ramagondanhalli branch for my daughter for LKG and UKG, then she will be eventually moved to a Gunjur on her first standard.
That's right. Correct.
Don't have to apply any
So
separately.
you won't
Got
have
it.
to apply again. Correct. Yes.
Yeah, and also just reiterating that what I learned from this meeting is we cannot predict how many seats are available in LKG in Ramagondanhalli and any other
So
branches or in
Ramgodanhalli, I mentioned, sir, close to 35, 37 seats are open for LKG.
for LKG.
UKG is unpredictable, but LKG, Ramgodanhalli, because our playgroup section has 15 seats only. So 45 children in playgroup, but we have 25 children in each class, which is 75 in total of LKG in Ramgodanhalli. So what happens is the balance 30 seats are available. So LKG
Understood.
are
And ma'am,
largest number of LKG seats available in Ramgodanhalli.
oh, that's a great information, ma'am. And also just thinking that so on a admission day you will be getting a lot of duplicate it's possible for duplication of the submitting the application for the same. So
Normally, we don't get so many duplications in applications. Mostly duplications are for waitlist forms. People keep refilling the waitlist form, we delete the waitlist. But application, once you get, you'll get an application reference number. If there is a duplicate application, we normally write back to the parent, ask them that, is there a reason you filled up two application forms?
So, there will be any chances of not considering them for admission, whoever filled the duplication
No,
forms and all?
only
No.
be if you're in case the age criteria doesn't match, or when the baby comes in, we or parents and we don't agree on something, then otherwise
Okay.
mostly it will be done. If you get an application form, 90% of the people who fill up applications get through admissions.
Got you, ma'am. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. That's all I have questions.
Antara?
Hello, ma'am. So my question is, how many seats will be available for Borewell Road for play group?
Close to 30, ma'am.
30. Okay. And and the other question, because last year also when we feel for my young elder one, so it's like if the seats are not available, like maybe in the Borewell and all, so we will get a whether we will get the wait list link open or it will not be available at all.
Ma'am, the link opens at 9 o'clock, but the fact is by about 9:03, 9:10 maximum, by that time, you also know, by 9:10, we have crossed normally 200 people who have filled up the waitlist form. So 30 only we will call. Beyond that, we cannot call immediately. It will go on slowly, the waitlist form gets cleared up. And normally by about end of January, we will write back to whoever we can't clear. We will say, I don't think it's going to happen. So if you fill up later than say 9:10, 9:30 of 26th October, the likelihood of an admission of us sending you application forms is very, very less.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Devesh Mishra.
Yes, ma'am. So my daughter's birth date is 27th October 2020, 27th August 2020. Just wanted to know which standard can she we can apply for, and we live in Varthur itself. So does Gunjur have that class?
We don't have toddler section in Gunjur, and so you would need to apply for toddler section in Ramgudan.
Okay, ma'am. Otherwise, 2024 we will have to apply for nursery in Gunjur.
Gunjur, yes. Yes, sir. 2024 playgroup, which will be nursery.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Any other questions? Amit? Mr. Amit?
Evil team. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, of course you are.
Yes. So good morning, ma'am. So my question related to the admission process only. I think like somebody has already asked this question. So right now I'm not in the Bangalore, okay, and I will be filling the wait list form. And if suppose I get selected, that form got selected, and how we are gonna do the final interaction process? Do we have the online?
It will be online, sir.
Okay, so I can revert back to that email saying that
Once you
if I
fill
get
up the application and we send you an interaction note, you can say that that particular day, if you're there, not there for some reason. Again, last year, some babies are not well. Anything like that, we conduct it online.
Okay, ma'am. And the admission form also will be submitted, will be given only, right?
Everything else is online. Other than the interaction with the child, all processes are online. We don't have any other processes which are done in person. The waitlist form, the application form, the fee payments, everything is done online. All the way till when school opens. School is offline only, but we do have only our interaction this year. We wanted to meet the parents. Parents also can come and see and meet the people in school before they take admission. So preferably we would like it to be offline, but if it's not possible, it's fine.
Sure. And how soon we'll be coming to know? I understand from the conversation that we get the application waitlist form. I think within like first week of November, we'll get the confirmation over the email saying that if it got selected or not, right? First week of November, if I'm not
Or
wrong.
for play group, sir. Yeah, for play group.
Yeah, for play. Yeah.
Yes, sir. First
Okay.
week of November
Okay.
onwards, you will start getting. So I'm not saying that it will only be then. It may be a little later, but based on whenever the seats are available, we'll be calling people.
Okay. Okay. That answers my question. Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a
Most
good
welcome.
day.
All the best. Shilpa.
Thank
Shilpa.
I
Shilpa.
just
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to, how many UKG seats will be opened in Whitefield and Ramgundanhalli?
Ma'am, like I earlier said also, there is no seats available in Whitefield. We normally have around 5-6 seats in the beginning, but this year I'm expecting that we will have a large number of siblings as well. So at this point of time, there are no seats available. It will only be towards the end of the
For first standard, how many?
For first standard, it's 30, ma'am. For both campuses, we'll have 30 seats available.
Oh, so first standard, there are chances then.
Yes, ma'am. The chances are higher in first standard than in UKG.
Okay, ma'am, and like you're calculating the proximity to the school, right? Like how many kilometers within
Ma'am,
it should be
it's
there?
not about kilometers in Bangalore. That's what's the problem. It is about the travel time. The travel time has to be 40 minutes. The travel time we are looking for should be 40 minutes or lesser.
Okay.
Which means
Okay,
even
ma'am.
if you are
Thank
in
you.
Whitefield, say you're in a place like Purva Riviera, you are almost the same kind of distance or timing to Whitefield or Gunjur. Your travel time to Whitefield may be around 35 minutes and Gunjur will be 40 minutes. So you will be considered for both campuses. Or for that matter, if you are staying in Vartur, Kodi, even if you are in that side of Vartur, say Prestige, Ozone or something, your travel time to Gunjur will be slightly lesser than the travel time to Whitefield, even though kilometer wise, the Whitefield campus is 1 or 2 kilometers lesser. It depends because there are that many U-turns and that much more traffic. So the travel time is considered, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Srinivasan SR.
Good morning, Ms. Amsani.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for a wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
And I've been associated with Jeans Kunjur since last year. And I would vouch for two things that you said, the trust factor, which is what helping me stay with Kunjur Deans with peace of mind. So it is that feel good factor that my kid is at the safe hands. So I would like to acknowledge. And the second thing is be always helping factor. So given that my younger one is eligible for LKG because he will be 4.5 by June 2023. But what is the upper limit for which you accept for the LKG? So would he be eligible for nursery, repeating the nursery again in the Gunjur campus?
Unless it's completely necessary, we'll meet the baby and see, ma'am. Sometimes some children, especially since the pandemic time, we've had babies who are last year, especially when the babies joined for the current year. We did have a lot of children who came with a lot of learning gaps because of the pandemic. They have not attended school or it wasn't effective. So we did have children with upper age limit criteria problems because they did not know anything. We took them into a lower grade, though we do not encourage it to a large extent. We want children of a particular grade to be approximately around 11 months difference between the oldest to the youngest in the class. So up to 4 years, 11 months, we will take them in LKG. Unless we see like 4 years, touching 4 years to 4 years, 11 months, we will take them in LKG. But unless we see big age, learning gaps or something in the baby and the parents are very particular, baby is not able to adjust, then we will make, even if it's an older child, we will keep them back in LKG. But It's not a practice that is a norm. It is a exception once in a while. Sometimes if we feel it's good for the baby, we keep them back. But most of the time, 98% of the babies will match the age criteria.
And one more question. Today I received the siblings form for the Gunjur campus, right?
Yes.
So once I fill in, will they, which campus is not mentioned in the application form? So if I wish for the Ramagundan campus specifically, how do I mention and not the Gunjur campus?
Ma'am, you have to fill up the form and send us the reference number and explain that you would like it for like to be considered for Ramgundanhalli. We will process it. You fill up the form, the Gunjur form, and you fill up the Dean's Academy Gunjur form. Send us the application reference number. Request it to be considered for Ramgundanhalli instead. We will do it. It's mentioned in the letter as well, which is sent to the parents.
Yeah, I saw that it is mentioned for the Whitefield campus. So if I understand it right,
ma'am, Whitefield is you have to just write the details and we will try and effect it for you. Whereas Ramgundanhalli is automatic. So if you filled up even for the Gunjur form, Gunjur application you can fill up and we can automatically move it because the affiliation, the dice numbers are exactly the same. So movement to Ramgundanhalli will not be a problem.
so when do we specify that? So once we are
Ma'am, you fill up the reference number, you fill up the application form and send the details to us to admissions@deansacademy.com. We will change it to Ramgundanhalli for you.
And if I understand it right, the sibling.
Ma'am, you'll get the sibling preference also, no problem. You fill up the Gunjur form, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
That's all I had.
Thank you. All the best. Ravi Singh.
Thank you.
I have one doubt regarding this Borewell Road you told for LKG, the 0. So my concern is my baby's birth date is 22nd December 2008. So I'm just worried like I have to apply for LKG or should I apply for nursery? What will be suitable for him?
Sir, it is the age criteria is very clear on the website and in the application form and on the waitlist form. Wherever you feel that the
I got you, but
yes, sir. So if
yeah,
it's
but
December
for
born,
LKG,
there is no doubt at all. If it's July born, June born, then there is a doubt.
yeah, correct. No, but my concern is regarding LKG availability in the Borewell Road.
Availability is not there, sir. If it becomes available also, even if you fill up we would want you to fill up the waitlist form because that is the form which we will refer to when there is a seat available. But the likelihood of it becoming available is very less, and if it does, it's normally only by the end of the year. It's not before that because the number of students in the playgroup section and the number of LKG students in LKG is exactly the same. Unless someone leaves from playgroup, we cannot add numbers into the LKG section.
So the last thing, like, can I go for nursery? This is my concern on that.
If there was
like,
a seat, we would do, sir, even if one seat is available in the current nursery, we will open that seat for LKG for the next academic year. If there is a seat available in nursery now, that seat will stay vacant and we will process it for LKG for the next academic year because we are not doing mid-year admissions anymore. It's closed by September. The babies are all settled in. It takes about a month or two for any baby who comes into school to adjust to the school rhythms, to get to know the teachers and settle into school. So it takes a little while, sir. So beyond September, we don't take any new admissions into kindergarten. Any seats that fall vacant, we will use it for the next academy. So if any seats are vacant in the current playgroup, we will consider it for LKG admissions for the next academic year.
Correct. So that's what, like, I want to be part of the dean. So that's the reason I thought, like, if I make.
Sir, if there was a seat, that's what I said. If there is a seat, we would offer it for LKG, not for playgroup.
Okay. Okay.
There are no seats available right now. It's all full, sir.
For nursery also?
Correct. We are always running full most of the time.
Okay. Okay, that's all, ma'am.
Thank you. Vishnu Priya? Vishnu Priya?
Yeah, hi ma'am. Good morning.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
actually, I want to know, playgroup is the nursery is called as nursery also, right? For
correct. Yes.
Yeah. So actually, my son, I am trying to admit my son there in playgroup criteria school class actually. So can I know like there are this 25 seats which are available only, or it is like from your toddler group also come to this 25?
So most likely after siblings, we will have around 25 to 30 seats available. In Borewell.
Okay.
In Ramgundanali, it's 45. We will normally have close to 30 seats which are available. In Gunjur, it's 40. Out of 40, about, again, same around 35 seats will be available in Gunjur for playgroup.
Okay, 1 minute. And one more thing is like ECC road is also having same number of.
ECC road does not have a kindergarten section, ma'am. Borewell Road is the kindergarten for the Whitefield campus on ECC road. The kindergarten in Borewell Road has around 25 seats open.
Okay, fine. And one more question is like the assessment which you called out, right? You will take during admission. That will.
For playgroup, there is no assessment.
Okay, fine. And answering my questions. That's all I have. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Vijaya? Vijaya?
Good morning. It was
Vijaya?
Yeah, I'm speaking. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very good morning. Actually, we are staying in Emlore. But our first priority is Borewell Road. So as you said, based on the distance, it will be the priority, right? So
Correct.
what we are thinking, like after the seat has got confirmed, we want to move to near Borewell Road or near Gunjur campus, Ramgundanhalli, like that. So for Emlore, it will okay, or in remarks we need to put these comments and all.
In ma'am, Yamlur is fine for both Ramgundanhalli and Gunjur. If you are looking for Borewell Road, then you need to mention it in the Borewell Road waitlist form saying that you are going to be moving to Borewell Road.
But Emlure is more near to Borewell Road, ma'am. Instead of
As per our travel time, bus travel time, it almost takes the same amount of time, ma'am, to go to Ramgundanhalli or to Borewell Road from Yamlur. They follow different bus routes. There's a new route, in fact, which goes through Sri Ram Samriddhi. So it goes, the bus route is almost the same, ma'am.
Okay. And
As I
one
said,
more
I am
query.
only following the amount of time that the school takes, that the children take to join. You can apply wherever you would like to apply and mention in the remarks about where you want to move. It's up to you.
Okay, got it. Thank you, ma'am. And one more query I have. We want to apply all the three waitlist forms for all the three Gunjur campus, Borewell and Ramgundanhalli. If we get confirmation from any of the two campus or all three, will we get any conflict for that one?
Ma'am, the conflict is not from our side. The conflict will be from you. We are sending you the application forms. Each of them will be processed separately. It's your choice which one you want to process.
Okay, got it. Thank
For
you so
us,
much.
each of the waitlists and the applications are processed separately. They are not, though they are processed by the same two people, but they are processed separately. We are not taking applications from one side and then deciding where you will go. We are not doing that. Wherever you have applied, that is a campus that you get into. Wherever you want to apply, you apply there. We are not going to be choosing for you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ashwini?
Yeah, hi. Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
I think I will not ask those repeated questions. The last thing that I wanted to know is my child is studying in a Montessori. Okay, so I think what I am looking for is an UKG admission. next year.
Yes.
I was just curious to know how will you manage the syllabus? So basically for Montessori, I don't think they have these languages and all. I just saw your program. So it's more of a, the basic syllabus thing. So just wanted to know.
Ma'am, I have not had any problems with children coming from
Okay.
Montessori background. We follow playway methodology, which is not as, what do you say, as disciplined and structured as a Montessori thing, but it's still a lot of kids playing in a lot of unstructured play through which they learn. So, but they do adjust quite well, and most of the Montessori schools, they kind of cater to the reading skills that we want children.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We have not found any gaps as such, especially like we've had kids from Gear, we've had kids coming from NPS, stuff like that, from Montessori areas. We have not had, or bright beginnings. They've fitted perfectly well, very easily. They were able to kind of, the transition was not at all difficult.
All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. I think other questions are answered, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Deepti? Deepti?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. So actually, I have my daughter who is going to be 3 years in like for next academic year, right? So she is born on 30th of January, 2020. So I believe she fits into nursery, right?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So what's the process, ma'am? So how many seats are available for Gunjur campus for nursery?
40 seats, ma'am.
Okay, so do we also need to wait for a wait list form, or now we can
The
apply?
waitlist form is
Because it's
available on 26th Jan. The waitlist form
Sorry?
will be activated on the website on 26th October. You need to fill up the waitlist form on 26th October. We will send you the applications to be filled up.
Okay, fine. So we have to also go with the same process. No, I
Correct.
just thought it starts with nursery. So if you have some
Yes, ma'am. But the
volunteers.
fact is, we already have our siblings who have filled up the form today. And based on the available seats, and of course, again, like we have a lot of parents who are from where, just want to apply in all campuses because that's where it's available. So again, it is sorted, like I said, it gets filtered one more time based on address. So, which is why you need to mention the address on the waitlist form so that we get the sorting through address, and then we send out the applications to whoever fits the age criteria and address together for us to be able to process the admission.
Okay, got it, ma'am. And one more thing, like my elder daughter, she is into UKG now, and I want to admit her in standard 1. So if so how many seats are available for Gunjur campus for
30,
standard
ma'am.
1?
30.
30. So okay, if suppose my daughter is joining in Gunjur on 26th October, right? The waitlist form which you are going to provide. So suppose campus. So whether for my elder one, will I get any kind of
Preference. Yes, ma'am.
sibling
Yes, you will get.
reference? Okay.
So when you fill up the waitlist form for your elder child on 2nd of December, by that time, if your younger one has already got admission, you can send the admission details or the name of the child, or you can put it in the marks so that they will get the highest priority for processing for the grade 1 seat.
Okay, sure, ma'am. Yeah, thank you so much. And one more thing, like I had applied for the school visit form, so they will reply me back, or how's it?
Ma'am, closer to the date, we will confirm whichever date you have applied for. Closer to that date, you will send. You will get a welcome note. Saying that we are expecting you at so and so time at our school for the school tour.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Sorry, 1313787.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Hi.
Ma'am, I have a question. So, my preference for my kid would be like LKG in the whitefield Whitefield, but since you like the Boreville Road, but since you said it's difficult to get the admission, like there are no seats, so will the waitlist form open for Boreville Road, or there will be no form at
Ma'am,
all?
yeah, I think we probably will fill it up. We'll have the waitlist form, but just being very clear that the likelihood of it getting processed is not before March.
Okay. And ma'am, so if I apply for Ramakundahalli, I
And
think
based on your address,
like Guntur would be little far.
correct, ma'am.
Yeah. So
We will not
ma'am,
consider.
so for the first standard, like when she moves, then can she get a transfer from Gunju to Whitefield? Is that
We
possible?
don't have a transfer process. We have no transfer process. You will have to go through the entire admission process all over again. No preference is given for our own children who are wanting transfer, because we want to discourage it.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Yeah. And ma'am, last question would be like, sorry if I missed it, but the documents to fill the form, there'll be no specific document form that we have to fill, like a writing form, that's all. Or do we need any attachments that we should keep it ready before we
For the waitlist form,
start
there
the
are no attachments, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I think that answers all my questions.
Thank you. Aarti Jha.
Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, my query is regarding like my son is currently in LKG and he is born on October 2018. So will he be considered for UKG for the next session? Like I understand that.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
You'll have to repeat
So
it.
we need. Okay, so we need to apply for LKG for him.
Yes, ma'am.
And ma'am, we will be staying close to work. So if I apply for RH and Kunju, do I need to apply for both, or you'll automatically
No, ma'am,
switch?
it's not automatic. There are two different waitlist forms for Gundanhalli and Gunju. You can fill up both of them.
Okay, okay, ma'am. So I can fill both, right?
Yes,
Okay.
of course. Yes, you can.
And ma'am, the link there, it gets activated on the same day, right? So
Yes, ma'am. So it will take less than 30 seconds. Like I said, I showed you the waitlist form, just name, address, name of the child, date of birth. You can fill it up in a notepad and copy paste it. Main important part is the email address has to be correct. In the rush to fill it in, you should make sure that your email is not filled in wrong, because all our communications is through email.
okay, okay, ma'am. Ma'am, sorry, I missed the initial few parts. So can I request you the details which we need to fill in the form? If you can please share that over the chat.
Ma'am, it is there. Yeah, it's actually there on the website as well. All you need is the name, date of birth, address, and email address of the child. That's it.
Okay, okay, ma'am. If you can please reshare that, that would be a great help.
That's exactly what it is. There's nothing else.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, I had a query on the transport. Like I was staying in Vartur, so what will be the like transportation cost
And
for
the
that?
transport routes, yeah, the transport routes and the costing for each route is again published on the website.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am has filled up, Shweta ma'am has put in the details for what comes in the waitlist form.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Yeah, I got it. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, that answers my question. Thank you.
Most welcome. Mr. Abhishek.
Hi. Hi, ma'am. Thank you for patiently answering all the questions for past 2 hours. I'll try and keep it quick. Two, three questions. So I understand in the presentation, you mentioned that there are close to 15, 20 students in each class. I'm talking about nursery.
Yes.
Class. So does that ratio remains the same once a child progresses to class 1 or 2? What's the student ratio in general in our school?
In general, it is 15 to 20 for 4 adults who are in the class. You have a teacher, you have an assistant, you have 2 matrons in each class for kindergarten.
Okay.
So there are 4
And
adults who take care of them. When it comes to grade 1, it becomes 30, and then there is 1 less matron, because you have a common matron in the bathroom, but inside the class there is still 1 matron and 1 admin person and 1 teacher, 1 assistant teacher and 1 teacher from grade 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 15 to 20 for preschool and 30 approximately for class 1 onwards. That's
1
the ratio.
onwards all the way up to 12th grade. Yeah.
Okay, that's very fine. The second one is you mentioned that you have Hindi and Kannada as second language from, I think you mentioned UKG or LKG?
LKG.
LKG. Okay, so what is is the English common mode of communication with the kids right from nursery?
Correct. It is
Are they picking that up?
the medium of instruction. The medium of
Oh,
instruction is English.
oh, that's great to know. The third question is, this is kindergarten, right? But in one of the slides I saw you mentioned about Montessori learning tools. So is it a blend of
Correct. So it's a kindergarten
writing,
methodology. The methodology we follow is called Playway. Playway methodology is the name of the methodology we follow, which means the children are playing games throughout the day. They are playing games through which they learn, whether it's an assessment or whether, see, like I showed some pictures also. In fact, if you see any of our Facebook pages, you will find a lot of pictures and activities. All our campuses have their own Facebook pages. You can have a look at it. They learn through games. So the child doesn't understand. I'm saying go and put the ball into the slot which is 1 before the number 12. So the baby needs to go and find the 11 and put the ball there. So for them, it's a game where they're just running around with the ball, because again, we want the babies below 5 years, they barely sit. That whole 3-4 hours in school, they're constantly running, and they're not really sitting until the time the baby teacher makes them sit and have food, or they're sitting and doing a craft activity. But about 50% of their day, they're running around. So you run around, you go put the balls into the correct slot, or you finish a puzzle, or you kind of point out things like that. So it's like, for them it's a game, for them it's a car race, for them it's a ball game or something like that. They don't realize that there is a concept which has got added into that.
That's good to know. That's great to know. And I think you mentioned for
I think I lost your audio, sir.
board nursery batch.
I lost your audio.
Is that correct?
I lost your audio. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So I was saying that for Borewell, you mentioned there are 25 seats, and for Gunjur, it's 40 seats for nursery, right?
Correct. Because they don't have a toddler section in Gunju.
Okay.
Doesn't have a toddler section. Ramgundanhalli has only 12 in the toddler section. They have only one section of toddlers. Borewell has 5, 5, 5. So you have 5 sections of toddler, 5 sections of LKG, play group, UKG. So the graduation is exactly the same number. Whereas in Borewell, in Ramgundanhalli and Gunjur, we have just one section of toddler. Playgroup is again only 15 children in Ramgundanhalli. In Gunjur, it is 20 children in each class. And they don't have a toddler section before. So the entry level itself is playgroup, which is why you have a larger number of seats available.
Okay, ma'am, on the website you mentioned there are KiDeens. There are 3 branches. Gunjur, you have Borewell, and then the third one. But on the website, I don't see KiDeens Gunjur for.
It's part of the Dean's Academy. Dean's Academy Gunjur covers all the way from nursery to 12th grade. It's our biggest campus. We have classes from nursery to 12th grade here.
Okay, that's fine. And probably the last question, ma'am, and this must have been covered. You mentioned about school buses and safety. You have tracking, CCTV cameras, and all of that. I'm assuming you also have some lady kind of helper.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So safety measures are taken.
In fact, shared it in one of the slides where they go through training programs 2 times in a year. They are, in fact, you have a refresher where how will the children be seated, each age group, how they will be seated, their seat belts are put, and then how will you put when there's an emergency, what kind of things that the processes that they go through in a bus is, there's a training program all the time. So you have a matron, you have a cleaner and a bus driver in every single bus.
No. Okay. Yeah, that answers all my questions. Thank you again for patiently answering.
Welcome, all the best. Tushar? Tushar Garg?
I don't know what to ask.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. So,
very
ma'am,
social
one more question I have regarding the availability of seats and regarding the transfer. So, ma'am, since the kids will get graduated from Ramgundanhalli to the Gunjur campus, is it possible that we will get, if we get admission in Ramgundanhalli, since there are more seats in Ramgundanhalli and there are more sections there? So if for nursery, we'll get admission in Ramgundanhalli campus, ID, and then for the LKG and or in the UKG, we want to move the kid to the in the first class.
be automatic in first class. UKG normally in Gunjur, we don't ever, at last 4-5 years, we have never done any new admission or transfer into the UKG in Gunjur campus. So it will normally be in first grade. If you are in Ramgundanali, automatically in grade 1, you will come to Gunjur.
But the kid has to finish the kindergarten in Ramgunda early if he gets admission initially in the Ramgunda early campus, right?
We don't normally have more, we don't have too many seats available, ma'am. Movement between Gunjur and Ramgundanali is very easy, but seats should be available on either campus for us to be able to move you. Because mainly again, they are registered to the same ID.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, what likely are the chances, say, if we admission in the nursery, so we should apply every year, or it should be like then we should there are more chances in first class, especially for the Gunjur campus. I'm asking.
Ma'am, Gunjur, you have for nursery, you have for LKG, and then after that for first grade. If you
LKG, how many seats?
LKG is about 10 to 12, ma'am, in Gunjur. Most of it is in Ramgundan.
Reason I'm asking, ma'am, is because as I told you earlier that we will be shifting by 23 and
okay,
travel time is important for us too, and we are more interested in the Gunjur. So that is why my question is
yes, ma'am. If you are not staying very close to Gunjur, then might as well take it in Ramgundanhalli and then explore it. Write to us and say, kind of consider me for movement to Gunjur. As and when the seats become available, when the admission season starts, we will send you the movement details for move from Ramgundanhalli to Gunjur. Should not be an issue. Like I said, it's got the same affiliation. So movement is not difficult between Gunjur and Ramgundanhalli and vice versa. The problem happens if it is for Borewell Road or Whitefield.
Okay, so by that, what I understood is it's better for us for now that we should as well as Ramgundhali both.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Most welcome.
Thanks a lot.
Priyanka?
Yeah, hi, ma'am. I am Shayandip's wife, so I am speaking from his thing.
No
so, first of all, thanks for your patience for answering all the questions. I wanted to know that the KiDeens in Ramgundanhalli, it is in Varthur, and the Gunjur is it is far from it, right? So you said that in class. Yes, and so in class 1 they will be automatically shifted to Gunjur, right? So if my son is in Ramgundanhalli now, so which address should I fill in? Because I stay in Mahadevpura now.
Ma'am, preferably yes. If you're Mahadevpura, please send a Gunjur address or a Varthur address, whichever is the address you're moving to.
I will be
Or you can put it in the remarks saying that you are moving here, because based on the address, it will not be considered for Gunjur or Ramgundanhalli if you are staying in Mahadevpura. So you need to.
Okay, so basically now I will write about Mahadevpura, but I will write about the address that I'm going to shift to, right? Or I will just write the Gunjur address.
Better to write the Gunjur address automatically, or you can, if you are writing the Mahadevpura address, please mention it in the remarks that you're moving to Gunjur. Either one of them is fine.
Okay.
Because our communications at waitlist level is only through email. Only once the admission form is filled up and all that, then the transport department will use the address which is there on the website to be able to kind of make the routes, whatever is there in the application form.
Okay. Okay, so even for if my son will be in Ramnahalli, if I write about the Gunjur address, that shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yes, ma'am. It shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, thank you. Another question is the extended day Whitefield, right? Will my kid be traveling with the other bigger kids in the same transport, or the okay?
But if the baby is coming back home at 12:30, they will be traveling only with little babies. If they are traveling at 8 o'clock and coming back at 3 o'clock bus, The 3 o'clock bus route has both the senior babies and teachers and admin, all of them in the bus.
Okay. Okay.
And like I said,
Okay.
they will be
Thank you.
seated in a way that it is comfortable. The matrons are very well trained to make sure that all babies are seated in a safe manner.
Okay, will be taken care of, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So, okay, so this interview that you said, suppose my baby is shortlisted and I am going to admit him. Can you tell me the timeline? When can I expect the interview call
To be
for
somewhere
the in-person interview?
If it's for
Sorry?
if it's for playgroup, it will be mid-November, ma'am.
No, it is for LKG.
LKG will be around December.
December. Okay,
Yes.
okay. And the last question is, we have the birth certificate for him. Will it be sufficient, or shall we need the Aadhaar card or something like that?
Aadhaar card is not necessary now, but during the time of admission or when we start creating the student ID needs to be registered with the Board of Education. And the Board of Education uses the document that it uses for registration of a student to create a STAS, that is a student tracking system number. They need the Aadhaar card. That is not necessary at this point of time, but somewhere during the process or till the time, like even when you fill up the admission form and we are submitting it, that is once your child has joined, you'll fill up an admission form that needs the STAS, it needs the Aadhaar card so that we can generate an STAS number.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for.
Most welcome. Vanshika? Vanshika? If anybody has any queries, please unmute. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to unmute that.
No,
Good
no.
morning, ma'am.
Yes.
We are the last one for this day. We have received the application for the campus and for the what is the process to apply for the KiDeens board siblings in playgroup?
So if your sibling write to us at admissions, and we will try and settle it for you in any other way possible. Because for our own students and our parents, there is a different process. We will help you out on one-on-one based on your address and things like that. So if you've received the sibling form today, then please write to us. Otherwise, you have to fill up the waitlist form on 26 October. I think that is what one-on-one Shwetan or I will answer you with your queries, because we are receiving queries from parents of different campuses for movements. Based on each case separately, we will be writing mails.
Based on the discussion, we will come to conclusion that KiDeens will is suitable, or KiDeens Ramagonahalli is suitable wherever I'm
So if you
located.
are, if your elder child is in Gunjur, automatically they get an admission into Ramgundanhalli or they get into Dean's Academy, Gunjur. But if you are looking for a movement to Borewell Road instead of Ramgundanhalli, you would need to fill up the regular waitlist form and and process it as a new admission. It won't be given, even though afterwards for fee details, you may get a sibling discount. But otherwise, because the affiliation numbers are different, the admission process would be through the waitlist form and not through the sibling form.
So I can actually send the mail from the siblings details as well as the waiting list. I can fill up both the forms is what you're suggesting.
Sure. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Most welcome. All the best. Anyone with any queries, please unmute and I'll be able to help you. Otherwise, yeah, I bid you goodbye.
Yeah, ma'am. Audible?
Achu. Yes, yes, you are audible.
Hello.
Achu, Krish, yeah. Sushmita? Sushmita, you were asking a question, dear?
Yeah, ma'am. I have
Yeah.
a new apartment that is in Gunjur only, which we will get handover we are currently staying at CV Raman Nagar, and 2023 in a rented apartment for my child's new school admission. So
you can mention it in the wait
end,
form,
we
ma'am.
will be in Gunjur rented apartment. So which address I should write? My
Wherever you're going to be staying in June
address
2023, ma'am. Wherever you're going to be staying in June 2023, please mention that address in your waitlist form.
So so the rented apartment which I'm going to take in Gunjur only, that address currently I am not knowing. We have not searched till now. But my flat's address, can I write my new flat's
Yes, ma'am. We are
address?
not looking for the number and all that. Just write the new address, no problem. Just write the details and write the new address details, no problem.
So my own flat's new address, where I will write there. So nothing means anything I need to mention in the remark part there.
No, ma'am. You can say you're going to be moving there in 2023. There's no issue.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks.
Most welcome. Achu Krish. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can.
Ma'am, this is Harshni, ma'am, from Vartur, ma'am. I'm looking forward for my daughter, ma'am, for LKG. She turns 4 by next March. So I'm looking for Vartur Academy, ma'am. So is LKG available, or how was the status, ma'am? I just want to know
LKG
about
is
that.
available both in Gunjur campus and in Ramgundanali, which is a feeder to Gunjur. Please fill up the waitlist form for both campuses. We'll see which one works out.
Which ma'am, Vartur and?
KiDeens Ramgundanhalli and Dean's Academy Gunjur. KiDeens Gunjur, that is Dean's Academy Gunjur waitlist form, and KiDeens Ramgundanhalli. You fill up waitlist for both of them. Both of them cater to the Vartur area.
Okay, that is fine, ma'am. Now, I got the news that 26 they are giving all the forms, right, ma'am? So if I fill the form,
it will be online.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, if I fill the form, and when will I get the respond, ma'am?
By first week of November, ma'am.
First week of November. Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay. If I'm from Vartur, I can apply for this both academy. It is okay, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Most welcome. Anyone else with any queries? Otherwise, I wish everyone all the very best. Please write in to us if you have any doubts. And I hope that my presentation helped you a bit, at least during the admission process. Thank you so much. Wishing you all the very best. Sign off.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It was a brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.